What's good, everybody? We are back with part 2 of The Courage to be Disliked. It is a book written by Ichiro Kashimi and Fumitagi Koga. It is based off the work of 19th century psychologist Alfred Adler. FYI, this guy right here was not too popular. Neither were his opinions at the time. Some would say that he was ahead of his time. I guess that's why he felt the need to write a book like The Courage to be Disliked. Correction, the book was not wrote by Alfred Adler. It was wrote by Ichiro Kashimi and Fumitagi Koga, and it is based off of the works of Alfred Adler. With that being said, I do think that he would approve, simply because, like I said, his ideas weren't popular, and he wasn't a popular guy himself, and the book is definitely a good read. The way the book was wrote is as a conversation between an older philosopher and explaining Adlerian psychology and a younger guy who is frustrated, struggling, and trying to find answers and the meaning to life. So on part 2, what we're going to be talking about is filters. And I wrote all this shit down for my own personal notes in case I forget something. I also have this. And then on top of that, it gives y'all something to look at, because I know y'all like looking at shit. So with that being said, filters. We all see the world through our own filters. Our filters are subjective. The way we see the world is not necessarily accurate. It's just our viewpoint. So our filter is based off our beliefs, life experiences, and our goals. So what the book is saying is that we are not our past, and we can change at any given moment based off our goals. So most of the time we spend our time reliving past events. And it brings me back to the book based off Eckhart Tolle, which there's a moment where he speaks on clock time and psychological time. So clock time is time right now in the present as we know it, this very moment. And psychological time would be me choosing to go back into the past and revisit a past event and then beat myself up about it, which I'm not supposed to do. It's just, if I ever go back into the past and revisit that event, it's just for the lessons that I learned. But anyways, that's a different book, a different subject. Back to filters. What it states is that the world without filters is pretty easy. It is us that make it complicated. So once we realize this and we learn that we see the world, our perspective through our filter, then we can begin to change our filter and shape our reality. In other words, we like to call it a mindset shift. So once we realize this, we learn that change is actually pretty easy, because we can begin to let go of our past and then move towards our future, our goals, and that is what will begin to shape us. So once we realize this, change is pretty easy. The only reason that we don't want to change, or most people don't want to change, don't like to change, is because why? Because it's scary. It's something, it's the unknown. Like, we've never done it. Like, I've never even been this guy right here, right now, at this very moment, creating content. So it is still the unknown for me. With that being said, the book primarily just talks about just having the courage. Just have the courage to change, have the courage to be disliked, and have the courage to be happy. This book right here has really, I've learned a lot from this book, and I'm only 2 subjects into it so far. So stay tuned for, I guess, next week. I haven't really decided what it is that I'm going to talk about. It's probably going to be the inferiority complex and the superiority complex, because that is something that I deal with to this day. So y'all stay tuned for that episode, and I will fuck with y'all next time.